for you. Anytime. And you told me you wanted to eat up my sadness with jump, running shorty and gorge.
Good morning, Skills Center. I'm Danny DeRoche here with Madison Maurice, bringing you your Friday morning news.
Yearbook pre-orders are underway. See Ms. Bokiki or any yearbook representative to claim your copy for only $5. And remember, it's cash only.
And there aren't any more online sales because those are over.
We'd like to congratulate Miss Loy who had her baby last week. Filling in for at least now is Mr. Sweeney.
Who is Mr. Sweeney?
I'm so glad you asked, Danny. He's one of the couple new faces here in the building. Alex went to ask Mr. Sweeney a few questions.
Do you like it here at the Skills Center?
Oh, it's an awesome school.
So you're filling in for Ms. Away. Are you going to be here for the entire year?
No, I think I'm only here for a couple more days, but that could change. It's up to the administrators.
Okay. Are there any hobbies or any things you like to do outside of school?
Oh, I like to fish, martial arts, history.
Okay. Mr. Sweeney, everyone. Thank you very much.
Saturday is the 30th anniversary of Global Youth Service Day. See Mrs. Mobile to sign up. The event is being held at East Middle School from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Sometimes you gotta set an alarm to do some good.
And on Monday, there will be a speaker in Miss Hammy's room during first and second block to discuss games that target teens. If you're an interested junior or senior and not in Miss Hammy's College and Career class, make sure to sign up with Mrs. Mogul.
Prom tickets go on sale starting Monday. Tickets are $8 per person or $15 per couple. You can buy them at lunch from any student government representative or an AM and PM tutorial with Mrs. Sezakowski. If you plan to invite a guest to prom that does not go to the Skills Center, you have to see Mrs. Sezakowski as soon as possible.
Alex is back this week with another multicultural segment. Let's go check it out.
Hey, everyone. Okay. So what are the biggest holidays in the Arab world?
So I know last time Zane said like the Arab world can include many different religions and each religion celebrates different things. But we all kind of the same. We congratulate each other. Two of them just Eid al-Fitr, which is the small party, which lasts for 3 days. And that Eid, we got like it's family gathering. We be together, which is we celebrate for like the feast of Ramadan breaking fast. So we give like money for kids. But the big one is Eid al-Adha, which lasts for 4 days, which is the sacrifice for Prophet Abraham. We celebrate together and like we slay sheep and buffalo, give them meat for poor people or families.
So are there any holidays that you're not allowed or not supposed to celebrate?
Actually, we celebrate mostly all occasions, except Halloween and Easter. But we celebrate spring break that we consider as a spring break.
So do Sunni and Shia Muslims celebrate different holidays?
Honestly, there is no difference between Sunni and Shia. We are all Muslims and we celebrate everything together.
Is there anything special that you wear for the holidays?
Yeah, right now.
So what's that called? What do you call it?
In Arabic, like Ligashe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you attend religious services for all of your holidays? Is there like a mosque that you go to, or?
Yeah, for Eid we go to the mosque to pray for it.
Yeah,
so
you have to wear
like new clothes. You have to like to wear everything new.
Okay. Right. And what's the most important thing about the holidays to you?
So like family gathering and
we
food.
celebrate all together.
Okay, so family is really, really important.
Yeah, we eat food.
Okay. All right, great. That's all the questions I have, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'd like to extend a big congratulations to Anthony Fabrizio and Jay Loudon for being this month's Prestige Status winners for the month of April. You can collect your gift cards from Mr. McCullum in his office.
Speaking of Anthony, what's good in the news this week?
Let's start this segment off with a bang, shall we? About 105 Tomahawk missiles were launched at Syria over the weekend, 66 of which were from the U.S. This was in response to an alleged chemical attack by the Syrian government against the Syrian rebels. Although evidence stacks up, proving that the Syrian government really did use chemical weapons, the decision to fire the missiles is under scrutiny due to the fact that the Tomahawk missiles are very expensive. Now, I mentioned some evidence, so let's go talk about that. A huge thing is that both Russia and Syria kept the site sealed off from investigators for a while. This could be taken as Russia and Syria trying to get rid of evidence proving that it truly was a chemical attack. Couple this with the fact that many survivors confirmed that it was in fact barrel bombs that were dropped, among other things. For the second story, we turn to Mike Pompeo. The CIA director met with Kim Jong-un last week and apparently formed a pretty good relationship. This was the highest level of communication between the U.S. and North Korea since all the way back in good old 2000. Trump was supposed to meet with Kim Jong-un before June. This is important because Pompeo was selected by the president to replace Rex Tillerson as the Secretary of State. He's known for being a little aggressive, and many feel he wouldn't make a good fit, but this could be proof that he could turn out to be a pretty good diplomat if Senate votes him in, which is looking unlikely at this point in time. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Anthony. There's a Tony and Guy field trip on May 4th for those of you ladies who would like to get their hair done for prom. The trip requires a $5 donation fee to attend. See Mrs. Noonan if you're interested.
Any new suggestions in the box this week?
I think so. Dr. Gordon, is there anything good?
Dr. Gordon here. We're ready to look at our suggestion box. I think that's everything. Mr. Mastrian, do you know if Miss Therese has the key yet?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, Dr. Gordon, because I have a lot of keys. Bam! No more shaking.
It's painted shut.
Painted shut.
Oh, wow. That's funny. According to the student T. Lizzle, allow cool beans purchases to be made during lunch. This is a great one. This is actually assigned to Mr. Mastrian and myself, it says on here, so thank you. The reason we cannot do that is because of our food service and the contract that we have. And so since there's free lunch for everyone, the shop has to be closed during the school day. So this one's a funny one. Make Malcolm win at prom for best dressed. So whether that's Malcolm or someone else, so you must be at prom in attendance to be voted for best dressed. So Malcolm, hopefully you attend prom and you have others vote for you at prom night. Someone asks about the microwave. So this is a new one, and I will talk to Mr. Mastrian as a follow-up because we have talked about this. So let me have more conversation with Mr. Mastrian and Mr. Cook about some options about where and when and if the possibility of a microwave for students.
Madison just told me here that she did her own segment about what's up with summer school this year. How'd that turn out?
Many students feel like they're left out in the cold because it's snowing in the middle of April for some reason after the school switched from quarters to semesters. What does this mean for summer school and all of the students who use it as a fast track to graduating? Should you abandon your dreams of escaping a year ahead? Mrs. Mongol told me what's going to happen.
You're only allowed to take one class during summer school. You'll receive a half a credit for that class. And it's only for remediation, so you can't take a class in order to get ahead, only if you failed a class and you're trying to recover credit. Summer school will start July 10th and it'll run through the 31st. If you have any questions about summer school or you feel like you're going to need summer school, you can see myself or Mr. McCollum to ask some more questions.
That was pretty good, Madison.
Thanks. To all you Keystones taking the CDTs, we want to remind you to take them seriously. On a lighter note, Malcolm went around the Skills Center asking you what music you wanted to hear at prom.
So Parker, what two songs would you like to hear at prom this year?
Plug Walk, and then
Rich the Kid?
Yeah.
So Dylan, what songs would you like to hear at prom this year?
I like to hear some country songs.
Preferably?
Your Man by Josh Turner.
So Miguel, are you going to prom this year?
Yeah.
And what songs would you like to hear at prom this year?
Well, I don't listen to a lot of English, but I like to listen to Don Omar and, Romeo Santos.
So you like to hear some Spanish songs?
Yeah.
Now, do you usually dance with, like, another person with this music, or you just get jiggy by yourself?
I do both. I get jiggy by myself and with everybody.
Everybody and their mama?
Everybody and their mama.
So, DC, what songs would you like to hear at prom this year?
Man, some NBA Youngboy, some A Boogie, you feel me? Some G Herbo.
So it's like G Herbo. Hey.
I'll be taking an in-depth look these next few weeks about teachers' advice on how to do your best on the Keystone exams. This week, I spoke to Mrs. Tetuan.
No matter what your aspirations are after high school, even if you have any at all, the Keystone exams are pretty important. Now, you don't have to pass to graduate, but each teacher has their own tips about what you can do to be successful. This week, I spoke to Mrs. Tetuan about what you can do to make a big splash.
Just to kind of get you guys ready for the Keystones, we have some tips and techniques to help you be successful. You want to get a good night's sleep. When you're taking the test, keep in mind the tips, tricks, techniques that we've been talking about all year. Process of elimination. Also, keywords. Limit the amount of information your eyeballs are looking at. Last but not least, just try your best.
It's been a while, and a few of you have been asking where Michelle has been. She's back with some new facts for this week.
Fun facts with Michelle. Did you know that Michelle is nothing? Did you know that we use pen and pencil to write? Do you know that trash goes to trash? Did you know that my shirt has flowers on it, but it's not a flower? Did you know that I'm a Homo sapien? Shout out for Miss Tatuan because she teach me that.
Thanks, Michelle. Now here's your weekend's weather.
Okay, so for at least this weekend going into next week, we have a trend starting out in the 40s and going up into the mid 50s. Now, I don't know if that's going to change by the week after next week, but at least for this week, I can tell you that it's not going to snow. I don't know about the future, but for this week coming up, I can guarantee there won't be a single flake falling in the tri-state area. So for Friday, we have 43 degrees and a 31-degree low, so if you can bring up that radar. We're just coming out of a storm system here. This was what brought us all of that snowfall. If you go back to the temperatures, you can see that it's warming up. We've got sun, and we're pretty much good to go. I think it's spring. I think, knock on wood, there isn't any wood around. I'm gonna knock on wood when I'm done with this. All right, so then it's 49 on Sunday and a low of 38, and it's sunny. And it's pretty much sunny going into Wednesday of next week. So it's a pretty tame weekend.
That'll wrap it up for this week. I'm Madison Maurice with the Under Osher, wishing you a lit weekend.
Wait, people still say lit?
Yeah, Danny, where have you been?
With the cool kids, apparently. Have a good weekend anyway.
Many students feel like, do you want to hold my hand?
No. I'm good. Alex is back. No. I can read it.
Oh my god. Please be that fake again, because that was really funny. You don't have to time after you mess up, you go like this. And your hair doesn't change at all. Nothing changes, but you still do it.